SMR Podcast Network. You should be listening. Oh, what's going down? Oh shit, we're fucking leave. If I can only figure out invite friends to watch, I'm good on that part. Here we go. Edit the postie. That's good. Settings. I am not gaming. I guess I am gaming? I'm not gaming. Those are my poll questions. That's my gimmick. Looks like everything's fine to me. Shit. Here's this stuff. Alright, well. Waiting for people to get in here. What's going on, everybody? RWT family, SMR podcast listeners. Yes, that is the most awkward opening you'll ever hear for one of these awesome podcasts. I am live currently in the RWT Facebook group, in the SMR podcast Facebook group, and God knows where else all over the interwebs. Trying to be live, trying to give you guys my review very quickly on, the Royal Rumble that just so happened to pass. So I'm going to continue to share this out to the masses. Hopefully everybody and their ma'am will, start paying attentions to that there. Do this here. No, don't want to do that there. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Anyway, so I'm going to get into this whole review. As you guys know, I'm not one for the pre-show. Did not catch the pre-show. However, I didn't catch the whole pre-show. I caught probably the last 6-7 minutes of Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. And very quickly, just to give a quick review on that, I enjoyed it. I did not feel it was on par with, say, the other stuff that they've done in the past. So, but I mean, it was still fun nonetheless. Still something worth watching, at least in my opinion. So if you're willing to go back and you're going to watch the pre-show, check it out. Probably the only match on the pre-show worth watching. I would not, even though I'm a big fan of Shorty G, so to see him lose to Sheamus is not exactly what I want to see, but it is what it is. And then we're going to get right into the actual opener. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin, Falls Count Anywhere, including entrances and all that other shit. This thing went like 26 minutes, dude. It was way too much time spent, if I do say so myself. But it was still a fun, I guess fun. I'm not going to say I hated it, but I'm also not going to say I love it. So first off, I am me, Holmes. This is what happens when you cut the hair. You know what I'm saying? You're committed to a character. You cut it down. You do what you need to do to represent El Jefe, homeboy. Anyway, so I have a list of questions. I've been trying to do this every time I go live. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to put up on the page. You guys can go ahead, vote up on it while I'm doing this entire thing. But it's going to be a little bit before we get into it. But again, about 21 minutes long. To be short and sweet, these guys beat the hell out of each other all over the place. They fought legit up and down this fucking ballpark, which is exactly what it is. It was a stadium show, so they fought up and down this entire stadium area. Not Drew McIntyre, excuse me. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode ended up interfering at first to try to get the advantage, but that's when the Usos showed up, the bloodline, if you will. So we were able to see that whole fun thing, which it was actually worked out kind of well. Again, it made it fun. The whole thing, they were all over the place. It was pretty interesting, to say the least. Roman ended up hitting a spear on top of the dugout, mind you, for the victory in this Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, as a Yankee fan, I'm going to say I absolutely hate this fucking ballpark. They're a bunch of goddamn cheaters. But hey, this is wrestling, so let's not get past the important stuff, which is, wrestling. So the next thing that came on, the second match of the night, which I thought was rather quick, was a 30-woman Royal Rumble match. I don't know how we're going to continue to go about this stuff with, the women. What is going on, bro, man? I hope you caught the show. If not, definitely go check out. There's all kinds of highlight packages, stuffs on YouTube. And, of course, you can just listen to me. I can give you as much of a breakdown as I possibly can. But in this 30-women Royal Rumble match, it started as follows: Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair. That was really fun. Then we had Molly Holly, who came out as Mighty Molly, which is a character I don't remember really seeing, but like the more and more I try to think about it, I kind of do. Maybe it was around the time the Hurricane was popular. Maybe I don't remember what the hell I'm talking about. Number 4 was Nikki Cross. Number 5 was Lana taking her sweet ass time doing a whole bunch of jibber jawing, yabber yawn. And then number 6 ended up being Mercedes Martinez, the newly signed Mercedes Martinez at NXT. She made a surprise entry. Then we got Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose coming in at number 8. Mandy Rose had an awesome spot in this match as she's going to be eliminated. My man Otis the Doze, if you will, lays on the ground for his lady, allowing her to not be eliminated. He uses his big old belly to make sure she lands. And I love the thing. He just stands, he's like, oh yeah, baby. The whole everything. It's great. Otis is the greatest thing in all of pro wrestling. And if you disagree with me, we can fight about it. Number 9 was Candice LeRae. 10 was Sonya Deville. 11 was Kairi Sane. It got rather interesting. 12 Mia Yim. 13 Dana Brooke. 14 Tamina. 15 Dakota Kai. 16 was a surprising Chelsea Green. Again from NXT. I'm not telling where half these people are. Dana Brooke SmackDown. Tamina SmackDown. Kairi Sane Raw. Mighty Molly was the Hurricane. Yes, started in the mid 2000s, early 2002. I'm sorry, early 2001 to early 2002. That is the former Knowledge Champ right there, Mike Larkin. What's going down, Mike? Thanks for joining us. So, we had number 17 was Charlotte Flair from Raw. Naomi was number 18. Beth Phoenix from NXT. The announcer, the Hall of Famer, showed up. She was 19. Toni Storm, who had just competed the night before against Rhea Ripley, shows up and is at number 20 for the NXT UK brand. Kelly making her surprise return. I believe she did it last year as well. Then we had Sarah Logan from Raw. Natalya also from Raw. Xia Li, which I was like, okay, that's kind of dumb, from NXT. You had Zelina Vega from Raw. Shazzy Blackheart NXT. Carmella from SmackDown. Tegan Nox NXT. Number 29. I popped. I don't care. If you didn't pop for this, that's absolutely terrible. But that is going to be the first question of the evening. I just posted it up. It should be looking on the screen here any second. Thank you. That's right, Mike. I appreciate the plug. The current Knowledge Champ right here, you boy. But check that up on the list right there. The opening question of the night is, did you pop for Santina? Santina making her long-awaited, I guess, return to WWE. So she comes back, or he comes back, whatever it is you want to call it. And, you go bananas over the whole everything. It was a fun little return. She eventually eliminates herself. So that's, pretty damn funny if you ask me. And then number 30 was a shocking, not so shocking, but awesome entry in number 30, Shayna Baszler, who eliminates 8 people. Mind you, and I want to say that's tied for Bianca Belair's 8. So, really good, and unfortunately, it came down to Charlotte and Shayna Baszler, and they had this stupid spot set up where Shayna was going to get eliminated via her head scissors, and it's like, really, dude? They set it up, and Shayna got out of it, and then they're like, no, go for it again, and this time you're gonna go over, and it was really stupid. Okay, and I get it. Maybe the whole gimmick is they actually, want Charlotte to win. I don't like the idea of Charlotte winning, but I guess, maybe title unification. Bayley's going to be champion. I'm just saying. You got Bailey, you got Sasha, you got Charlotte, and you got Becky. I'm sure somehow, some way you can make that happen where it's, a title unification for the 4 horsewomen, winner take all. I think that would actually be kind of cool. But, I don't do the booking, so what the fuck do I know? But that was the second match of the night. The third match of the night, which was something that I wasn't necessarily impressed with, nor did I hate. Mind you, the Women's Rumble went about 55 minutes. 54:20 is the exact time I'm reading right here in front of my face. But the next match was Bayley versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Went just over 9 minutes. Lacey Evans is legitimately improved. I tell a lot of people that I think Jungle Boy is probably the most improved wrestler in all of the business. I'm not going to go as far as to say Lacey Evans is in that echelon, if you will, but she's definitely, she definitely deserves a little bit of kudos. She has improved as time has gone on. Bayley ends up winning with a roll-up. So, Bayley retains, and again, this sets up something at Mania with one of the four horsewomen. Next match of the night, very quickly. I believe I had a question up. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to end that right here, right now. I have a fine question to ask before we get on to the next one, and that is this obvious question that should be asked to everybody, and I hope I get answers from everybody, and the one fucking answer that should be clicked in is yes. Should Shayna Baszler have won the Women's Rumble? Yes, I understand that we passed that. We went straight to Bayley, but the question dawns on me. Should Shayna have won the Women's Championship? I say yes, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a biased asshole. At least that's what some people say. So then we get the Universal Championship match, the strap match, mind you. Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. 17:35 official time. Now this was something rather fun. I don't remember watching a strap match in some time. It's been a bit, and that's a lie. I don't remember there being a more current strap match is what I was getting at. I just recently saw a strap match, I rewatched a strap match, In Your House, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Savio Vega. If you're not listening to the Retro Rewind, shame. For shame. Drops Monday, by the way. Anyway, speaking of all that, that's the last strap match I seen. It was rather fun. This one was great. I got a lot of people looking at me funny because I said this was probably the best The Fiend has looked in probably the entire time he's been The Fiend. Now, if you have a better match that shows me he's been better off, fucking show it to me. I loved this match. Daniel Bryan is the fucking man. He had to carry him and the whole everything. And you know what, dude? It's never a bad thing when fucking Daniel Bryan carries you, because this guy knows how to put it together. He knows how to put every match he does together, and he does it well. I don't remember seeing a bad match from Daniel Bryan since he's come back from his concussion stuff. Okay, I mean, look at the stuff he did with Brock. Look at the stuff he did just recently. He's doing great. I'm loving what they're doing with Daniel Bryan. Unfortunately, yes, he lost to the Fiend, but the Fiend is probably the hottest thing going right now besides Becky and the women are women, but they're not women nonsense that she's pulling. So the Fiend winning, and in winning fashion with this mandible claw slam, was awesome. Okay, I fucking loved it. Thank you for no extra blood and crap. But I mean, granted, that was around Halloween and all that other shit. But still, very, very good. Now, before I get to that, I'm so glad you all stuck to the gimmick right here. I want to ask another fun question. And that was, which match was worse? Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns or Bayley versus Lacey Evans? And while I let you folks stew on that one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the Women's Championship match, or the Raw Women's Championship, the Raw Championship match. That's probably what they're going to end up calling it. Don't tell Becky I said women. She's going to kick me in my man parts and then say she's the man. So Becky Lynch against Asuka. Kairi Sane is there. And you know what? It was I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it was great. I'm not going to say it was awesome. I enjoyed it. Asuka is a great worker, and she does really good work with people when she, people are willing to work back with her. Becky somehow, some ways, sometimes is a worker. And in this situation, it actually worked out. So good for them. In all reality, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I don't know, how to sugarcoat this whole thing. They went back and forth. The big whole spot was Asuka going to get the mist? She did not get the mist. She ended up missing the mist and kind of got it like in her own face in a way. And then she got locked into the disarmor and she eventually tapped. Now, I mean, this sucks. That kind of has to end the Asuka Becky Lynch feud. But again, that sets up probably Becky versus, I don't know. Not Bailey. Maybe, well, no, Sasha's on, they're all on SmackDown, so who knows? Who knows? The ideas are endless right now, but I mean, that's Raw for you. There's not really a big women's division in Raw. Maybe we'll see Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke looked awesome in the fucking Rumble. So, who knows? Maybe Shayna's getting a push up? Who knows? There's a lot of rumors that, maybe Ronda's coming back. Who knows? Maybe Ronda is coming back. I don't know. Who knows? Main event time. Drew McIntyre. I wasn't going to spoil it, but I spoiled it already. But who knows? Who cares? You guys already seen the show. You love the show. What a fucking Rumble. Yes, there was voting, Moni. The problem is that's what happens when you're not watching. This stuff is coming quick. Coming quick like hotcakes. We're going through them quick, fast, and hurry. Spitballing, if you will. There you go. Go ahead. Hit those right there. I'm going to leave that up for just a couple seconds more. I do have a couple more to go. One, two, three more questions to go. As we get on to the end of this. What is up, Moni Lynn? The RWT Quinn Penn herself. So. I will admit that I'm going to go back to this strap match. Dude, you guys got to watch the strap match, okay? Like, if you don't like wrestling, watch a strap match. They're fucking great. Anyway. Main event time. Let's get to the Royal Rumble. You had Brock Lesnar in, okay? The idea was Brock Lesnar was going to start it, and his idea was to go all the way to the end. Beat everybody and their mama. So, what happened to my hair? You know exactly what happened to my hair. Anyways. So, it's Brock starts out, and then number 2 guy is Elias. He plays his way down to the ring, and he gets beat up and eliminated. And then there's Eric Rowan. And, well, at first, Eric Rowan looks like, well, maybe he can give a little bit of run for his money. And then he gets eliminated. And then in comes Robert Roode. I know I called him Bobby Roode earlier. My apologies. Then again, Robert Roode. And Robert Roode did fine. Got beat up too. John Morrison comes in, and he's immediately eliminated, like, few seconds in. Kofi Kingston comes in. Rey Mysterio comes in. We get Big E, and then there's a big old plethora of them. They get eliminated. Then there's Cesaro, and they're eliminated. But why? Why what? Why did I cut my hair? Because it could bug the shit out of me. And apparently this actually kind of looks good. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Who cares? It's nice. It's breezy. It's easy. Low maintenance. You know me. I'm a low maintenance kind of guy. Put a hat on, go to work. Anyway, we had Shelton Benjamin come in at number 10. I enjoyed how Shelton Benjamin came in because he comes in and Paul Heyman is just like, oh, Shelton, what's going on, bro? And they're hugging each other and, remember fucking University of Minnesota and all this other shit. So they get in and then Brock's hugging on him and I'm like, I've never seen Brock hug anybody. So this is kind of funny. And then they're hugging and then I'm like, okay, stop hugging him. He keeps trying to hug him and he's hugging him and he's hugging him. And then all of a sudden he turns his back. And boom, hits him with the German. What is going down, Trav? Everybody that's in here, Harold Joseph Hunter III, Moni Lynn, Travis Walker, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you coming in. I'm so sorry I'm rambling through this whole thing so quick. If you want more of like an in-depth thing, let me know, and I can do a re-recording. Like this could be just for us, and I will do a proper review if you guys are interested. Let me know. I'll force Paul to do some work. Oh, by the way, Worlds Collide review will drop on Tuesday. Maybe solo, maybe not. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I will continue onward. So Shelton Benjamin eventually gets eliminated. Shinsuke Nakamura comes in. I tried to post before he got eliminated. I bet this is going to end the way it did in Japan, which is where Brock Lesnar won. So, yes, fuck Brock. He is the ultimate butthole. Can't stand him. Number 12, the returning Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. Hola to you, amigo. Senor Jefe says ole. Anyway, so again, I enjoyed MVP's return. Did not last very long. He came out with his Wakanda, his Black Panther gimmick. It was great. Rey Mysterio in the Wolverine gimmick, by the way, before he got eliminated. Then we had Keith Lee at number 13, and man, was I fucking excited. I'm like, please, 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 if you're going to make anybody get rid of him, let it be Keith Lee. But then I thought, then maybe we're going to get fucking, Matt Riddle soon, and we're going to get that fucking stare down we've all been praying for, and it was a no-go. So, it's unfortunate. But Keith Lee's in, and then Braun Strowman comes in, and then they're kicking ass, and it looks like Braun Strowman's running wreck house. He slides under the ring. He ends up blowing Keith Lee up because that's what he likes to do. He just likes to blow people up on the outside because it's fun. And so when he comes back in the ring, these guys Keith Lee and Braun Strowman are fighting each other. They're on the rope, and it's pretty fucking obvious they're both going to go over. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Apparently, everybody loves El Jefe. I knew I should have did this character sooner. Anyway, so unfortunately, they go out, and I was immediately pissed. I'm yelling, "Fuck you, Brock! You're a piece of crap." Ricochet comes in. I thought it was going to be the same exact thing. He ends up surprisingly hanging on for a bit. He's on the side. I'm liking that. The Latino hate, I'm with it. Drew McIntyre comes in, number 16. And at this point, Brock Lesnar I believe, has set the record for the most eliminations, or has tied the record for most eliminations. I'm pretty sure it's set the record for most eliminations. I believe the most elimination record was 12, and I believe he's now set it at 13. Not 100%. So again, Ricochet's not knocked out. He's kind of in the corner. Drew McIntyre comes in, and he and Brock have this ultimate stare down, and it's fucking great. It's exactly what you wanted it to be. And there you go. No one's got heat like Queenie. I'm all about that. But right as Brock has his back turned to Ricochet, Ricochet gives him a little receipt from on Monday, kicks him right in the huevos like a real man. And then Drew McIntyre, Claymore kicks him out of the ring, and it was freaking awesome. Can we just acknowledge the raw emotion on Edge's face? Edge? Oh my God, brother man, I'm getting to Edge. I'm barely on 16. Can I just say that made my night? I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. I will admit that I am in love with the fact that he came back, and Jesus Christ, is he in good shape. I don't know how old this guy is, but man, is he fucking in great shape. So, The Miz comes in at number 17, and he eventually just gets eliminated by Drew McIntyre. AJ Styles comes in. Then we get Dolph Ziggler, Carl Anderson, and then at number 21, the WWE, I want to say he's a Hall of Famer, and if not, he should be a Hall of Famer. The Rated R Superstar Edge, and this fucking stadium, this baseball stadium blew the fuck up when he returned. He was the only dude, I believe, all fucking night long that got pyro. I don't even remember Brock getting any pyro. He comes out. It's just an awesome scene. He looks great. The fucking goatee with the gray. Dude, tell me that just doesn't make him look more awesome. It was great. I fucking loved it. You had King Corbin coming in at 22, and I'm like, oh my God. Bro, I'm sorry if I spoiled Edge's return for you. Let me tell you this, brother man. Me spoiling it is still not going to give you the chills like watching it will. You will still get the chills. Knowing he came back meant nothing, brother, man. Seeing and hearing he came back for your own eyes, hearing that music, seeing that pyro, the whole everything, it's going to give you fucking chills, bro, man. Trust me. I apologize for spoiling it for you, but I assure you, you're not going to be disappointed when you go back and watch it. So Corbin comes out, by the way. Corbin, like, everybody has been like, you kind of have to wait until the music hits to know who it was. They already had the stupid fucking bullshit flags like Corbin is the most hated. All this bullshit. It's already up. You fucking already knew it was Corbin. I'm like, oh, you're a fucker. So the other thing I was worried about was in years past, you know, because they are stadium show, the bigger guys would get escorted down. Well, there really wasn't a whole lot of big guys in this one. So it was kind of what it is. Attaboy. Watch it when you get home, my man. But it kind of was what it was. There was no Otis. There was no Tucker, which sucks. You know, Otis should be in everything. Even in every commercial. Anyway. So I said, King Corbin, Matt Riddle, the King of Bros, comes out at 23. And as much as I love the fact that he came out, I hate the fact that he and Brock did not have an interaction as they should have. And it's quite unfortunate how it went. But it was still rather fun. Luke Gallows comes out 24, Randy Orton 25, and when Randy Orton came out, my immediate thought was, if you fucking win it again, you son of a bitch, I am gonna freak the fuck out. So, we had Kevin Owens. Technically, Otis was in the Women's Rumble. You're absolutely right. But he wasn't, I mean, well, yeah, his spot was pretty cement. Was pretty concrete. Oh, yeah, Tucky. I love it. So, again, Randy Orton, 25. 26 was Roman Reigns. Got the same reaction he got when he got 30 a few years back. 27 was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens coming out in the most winning spot in WrestleMania history. Or not WrestleMania, excuse me, Royal Rumble history. Aleister Black at 28. Samoa Joe, 29. Awesome pop. Unfortunately, didn't get a whole lot into it, but thanks to number 30, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. He came out with his fucking group of goons, Akam Razar and Buddy Murphy. And for those of you who watch New Japan, you've heard my gripes before. This felt like a Suzuki Goon match. Like, once Seth came out, there was interference here. There was interference there. He gets eliminated, and AOP catches the fucking guy. I love Randy Orton, too. I can't say I blame him. My problem is just I'm afraid he was going to, do some shit. There was an awesome rated RKO moment. These guys team up together. They kind of go on a rampage together. They end up hitting a double RKO together. It was great. Randy ends up getting eliminated because he looks like he's going to eliminate Edge, and Edge is like, no, bro. You're not, like, I'm going to get you before you get me, bro, Ham. And that's exactly what happened. He got him before so you're hearing Randy on the outside. Come on. Shit, you fucking got me. But again, it was fine. But again, Seth came out at number 30, the last guy. I was hearing rumors that they were going to bump it to 40 men, and it didn't go that route. So I'm kind of glad 30 seemed to be really good. Eventually, Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, their main goal was they were going to try to take out Seth and his fucking goons. It didn't necessarily work. They got beat up on the outside. When they got eliminated, they eventually brawled with everybody, and the entire crowd went away. So Seth ended up being by himself. And Seth was in the ring with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Edge, and I want to say Aleister Black, if I'm not mistaken. And he's in there, and he's just getting beat up by fucking everybody. And their mom, because, that's how it goes. But one by one, these guys hit finishers on him, and then Seth gets thrown over. I'm sorry, it's Drew, not, who did I say? Not Aleister, it was Drew. And Drew's in there, and, he's looking strong. I do love the spot before Seth gets eliminated. He's begging Roman, like, come on, man, you and me, man. He puts the fist out. Come on, you, me, no. And he's like, okay, fist, and boom, Superman punch. I wish he would have kicked him in the balls. Would have been way better. So, it ends up breaking down. It turns into Roman versus Drew McIntyre. They slug it out for a bit, but Roman ends up getting thrown over, which leads him to win the Royal Rumble. He will headline WrestleMania, and what I'm more than sure is going to be against Brock Lesnar, considering the fact that they had this ridiculous stare down the entire night. So very quickly, I want to ask your guys' opinion on another question. I want to ask your match of the night. I do have 2 more questions to ask before we get out of here, but now is it time for a little bit of fan engagement. So, in your opinion, what was your guys' match of the night? You had Asuka versus Becky, which I thought was rather fun. You had the Men's Royal Rumble, which is probably the most fun Rumble we've seen in it's been a while. Let's go with probably like 10 years, if not a little bit longer. Or we can go with my personal favorite, the fucking strap match, because you know what? There's nothing that beats an old strap match, and that's my vote. So take some time. That vote's going to be up for a little bit. I want to hear what you guys think. Was there anybody in the Rumble, anybody that did not show up in the Rumble that you wanted to be in there? Did you guys want to see Hornswoggle? Did you want to see a Kane? Did you want to see Cain Velasquez? Did you want to see, the plethora? Did you want to see Otis? Did you want to see Tucker? Did you want to see Adam Cole? Did you want to see the Undisputed Era? Like, let me know, who is it you guys wanted to see? Was there a free agent you wanted to see? Did Marty Scurll's free agency fit perfectly where he could show up and go away? No, he probably didn't. But I want to know, is there anybody you guys wanted to see? Phil Brooks, Mr. Punk himself. I'm very disappointed that Punk didn't show, but I think we all kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. So, I mean, as much as it disappoints me, as much as it probably disappoints you guys, it was kind of a pain in the butt. He has a Randy tattoo. Well, that's how you know you're a fucking true hardcore fan, my man. Get you some RKO tat. So, was Max Taker versus Fiend at Mania? That would have been cool. There was no Taker. A lot of people were hoping Taker was going to show up. Apparently Taker was in the building, but guess what, people? They're going to be in Houston for a couple more days. So with that being said, I'm more than sure we might see Taker tomorrow night, if not on Friday night. We'll see as the time goes on. It's pretty obvious the Fiend versus Daniel Bryan feud is pretty much over, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So, that's that. Okay, match of the night, folks, is over. I've got one awesome next question for you, folks. For those of you who watch the show, my awesome guy of the night was the one and awesome guy that everybody seems to love all night long, and that's Edge. And right off the bat, the immediate question was, should Edge wrestle again at WrestleMania? And boom, right off the bat, one person hit yes before I even fucking can click yes my goddamn self. It's great. It's great to see him back. The gray beard is fucking awesome. He looks in tremendous shape. He's like, it's just great. Like, I don't know what else to say. Having him come back was fantastic. I love the return. I hope you all click yes. I hope he goes back to wrestle again. Now, with that being said, if there's anybody you guys can see him wrestle, would want to see him wrestle, who would it be? I'm thinking you just have him do it against Randy Orton, because they just perfectly set it up. You have Team RKO not going back and forth at each other, but you have Team RKO, or Rated RKO, have a fun, former teammate one-on-one for fucks kind of match. So that was that one. But again, Drew McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble went a little over 60 minutes, just shy of 61. But the obvious question, the last question I have for the night, is the probably most important one. Does Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble make you excited for WrestleMania? Now, some people are going to tell me it needs more build. Some people are going to tell me yes, and some people are going to say no. We don't know. All we know is right now it looks like it's going to be Brock versus Drew for the world title. So, I'm going to say I need a little bit more build. Now, granted, I'm a different kind of guy. My whole ordeal in this situation is, as much as I like what's going on, it doesn't mean that it's going to be good. Some of you guys are going to love it. Some of you guys aren't going to like it. Some of you, it is what it is. You're going to determine whether you like it or don't. So, like I said, I'm not necessarily excited for WrestleMania, but at the same time, there's not really been any build for it besides just tonight. So the idea, the original idea was, I was hearing it was going to be like Kane versus Brock, and I was kind of bored with that idea. Some people were saying, Braun versus Brock. Again, I was bored with the idea. Drew is the guy. In my opinion, that's Drew McIntyre. And I say this with all due fucking respect. If you look at Drew McIntyre looks like that guy you created out of fucking granite stone. He fucking screams world champion the same way Matt Riddle screams world champion. He has an obvious look. He has the obvious work ethic. And you know what? He's a damn good looking dude. And if there's anything I want in my world champion, it's those fucking three things. He can work. He can cut a promo, and he looks good. And not to mention, he has the look, okay? When you, look at the guy. Tore his bicep, he looks fucking incredible. So, anyway, that's that. I'm going to get out of here. This was a rather shortened review of the Royal Rumble, a little solo version. The main idea was to go and to gauge with you guys, to get your ideas on this whole bit. If you want a little bit more in-depth stuff, let me know. Like I said, I will personally make some time. We'll do a full-blown Royal Rumble review, but I need to know from you guys. So make sure you leave comments letting me know, yes, you want a full review of the Royal Rumble. If not, that's totally fine. Just know that you're going to get Worlds Collide review coming on Tuesday. Tomorrow, I'm going to drop the audio version of this show that you guys were a part of, and I appreciate you all being a part of it. And on Monday, we're also dropping a brand new episode of the Retro Rewind. For those of you, and unfortunately, I don't mean to do this on a sour note, but unfortunately we did lose an icon today, and a very big tragedy had happened. Unfortunately, lives are being lost left and right. There was a military a halo that went down carrying a little over 20 soldiers. So prayers and hearts go out to them. And unfortunately, the icon Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, his 13-year-old daughter, and a few family friends, and went down also in a helicopter accident. So, for those of you who have social media and you're willing to take your time out, tweet Kobe Bryant, tweet Kobe Bryant's family, the NBA, whichever. You just send your well wishes to them, and there's, I can only imagine what they're going through. But again, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Do not mean to drag it down. So really quick, let me get into some fun plugs. Really quick, want to brag for a second. I'm your new knowledge champion. If it's not fucking obvious, if you're interested in taking me on, you think you got the ball sack to take on the knowledge champ, let me know. We'll schedule something. Put you through a little bit of a ringer. You pass the ringer, you'll get a shot. That's how it goes. I don't just pass out shots willy-nilly. You got to earn them, boy. Gotta earn them. So anyway, make sure you're following us on all platforms of social media, SMRPodNet, all over the place. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as you can tell, because some of you watch me on the RWT page. Appreciate that. Some of you guys are watching me here on the Smart Mark Radio Facebook page. So we appreciate that. Make sure you're following that. This is going to be uploaded to our YouTube page. You can find the YouTube page from Linktree/SmartMarkRadio, linktr.ee/SmartMarkRadio. And then, of course, check out anchor.fm/SMRPodNet. It gives you every link to where this podcast can be found. So again, tomorrow is a 2-show Monday. You're going to get the audio version of this. You're going to get the Retro Rewind. Tuesday, you're going to get Moan the Dead Man and a Worlds Collide review. Whole lot of stuff coming. So again, we appreciate everything. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. This was a whole hell of a lot of fun. You guys know me. I love me some fan interaction. So with all that being said, I'll catch you around the bend, boys and girls. Peace out. SMR Podcast Network. You should be listening.